Good morning, Johan, Anthony, and PS Lab. Good morning, Al. Let me know if my stream is good today. If you can see my screen good today. I'm streaming from my phone, so hope everything shows up like it should. Okay, thank you. Now that's one big push off of open, straight down, back. So let's take a look what, so we're trading, all-time high, we just took out, all-time high already. So this is, what's probably the news, yeah. Hope nobody was trading this because that was one hell of a chopped market. So up to the downside play yesterday, my wife took this, we hit 24,000, that was my target, and actually happy that we stopped there because we went back up. We took some liquidity up and liquidity down then, so we took out everything. Yeah. I still want to see higher prices nonetheless. We will see how we react off of this hourly for value gap right here. So if we fall, we will fill up this next gap here. But my expectancy is, because I believe instant rate was cut, I actually didn't see the forum news yet. Anybody watch the news from yesterday? Has an idea if we cut rates yesterday? Morning, Wajid. Left, so cut rates to 0. Ooh, that's okay. So cut rate, we had some. Thank you for responding. Love it that we can work together. So left, if you're back from, so I take my trades on the right side. I show the orb on the left side. Sorry, the right side is orb, left side is my trades. So that's what's changed. I got two screens at this point instead of one. Normally the 15-minute will be on my side. So what am I doing? I'm trading continuations at this point. So any 15-minute for value gap that gets tapped, that we continue the trade or continue the move that we are trading in. I am trading continuations. Here we're trading purely orb. Adding is still the same thing, so we add every time when we can. So I'm just following along with two trades at the same time. My wife is taking the right side always, the left side is all my trades that I take. I'm up for this month, about 10 hours this month. Not the best at this point, but still good, still doable. I took a few not profits this week, small ones. I did take some nice big profits, so I had to take these two. So yesterday I took one profit, a half hour. So I ended up with minus 0.3, so actually nothing. The day before minus 0.7, and the start of the week of the month was actually a very great month starting. So this is how far I am at this point. And now actually it looks like the market wants to continue a bit to the downside. Not sure why yet. I don't think we had any news. My wife is positive, so she learned how to add. So orb has been playing out nicely. A few weeks it hasn't, and then a few weeks it does again. She's learning to add, and because she added to trades, she gets a lot more profitable. So this is how actually orb presents itself to make it profitable too. So this is still pre-orb, by the way. Hey, got it? So I still want to see it actually go up, but we just made like a half break of structure to the downside right here. So if we go a little bit lower, expectancy is to fill up one of these gaps right here, because that was a strong push off of that immediately. So markets tend to fill those up rather fast. But for the rest, actually it looks quite normal. So expectancy is still that we go up, but we did take out already all-time high right now. So if we fall a bit further and down to these gaps here, that would be very normal. We are already. We did drop. Hey, come on, Azul! Alsjeblieft, vriendje. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I got a German Shepherd and he wants to sit on my lap, so sometimes it's a big dog to sit on me. I don't take previous day high, I don't need to mark that one out. That one has already been taken, so. So here's actually a crucial point where we're at. So I want to see how we react off of this. If we now continue back to the upside, that would be actually a nice sign. So we have about a 28 point orb, so that's a bit more than usually, but still okay. If we fall further to the downside, I want to see how we react on this liquidity pool right here. We have a few 5-minute for value gaps in them, so that would be nice actually if we can tap them before we move. So if these get filled up before we actually fall down to the downside, that would actually be nice. So I'm still looking for longs. Morning Will, morning Nicholas. How's everybody doing here? So if we continue to fall, we probably will take out, we probably will hit for Asia low. So like I said, this is the first point of interest right here, but we have a lot of stacked 5 minutes and 15 minutes for value gaps just below 2. So we probably will fall all the way to Asia low. So Asia low is right here. We got a few 3 stacked for value gaps. So at this point, what the market is now showing that it wants a bit more lower liquidity grabs to continue up higher, of course. Anybody was online when the news came out? Okay, so today I'm gonna go over a few things that you need to know today. So if you're trading the afternoon session at 1:45 at my time zone, so Brussels time zone, we got Trump speaking, so definitely some volatility. And Trump UK PM starts press conference again at 3:20, so We got a lot of people speaking today, so some volatility can definitely be in the charts again. News. I love news. A week without news. I like them better. In the morning session, we got at 9 o'clock somebody speaking. Swiss balance just showed up. Was way less than expected. They're only missing 590 million. Well, it's not so much. The Dutch employment rate has gone up, so less people are at work at this point. So, but for the rest, not much today. Again, if we get that close to the downside, I want to see us, we will fall into this gap and probably even hit to Asia low. That was right. That's here. So these are those gaps that we had at 15 minutes. It looks like my internet is... Strange. Het telt verder af. Maar ik heb zo gezegd geen internet. En hier pakt hij het ook. So first 5 minutes was no breach. play some music while we're being patient. In the meantime, just ask and I will. If it helps you relax after the charts, just be patient. That's all we have to be doing. As it's rated, just be patient. The better you are with patience, the better your outcome will be. So for me, how I see it right now, that we will tap that 15 minute right here. I want to see then, do we go further down, yes or no? So this I didn't see. We had just had a 4-hour tap actually. Okay, so that could mean that we have a bullish reaction off of this. So we tapped that 4-hour value gap right here. What they actually love to do. And then continue further. We tapped an hourly too, so this was an hourly for value gap. A very small one, but it was nonetheless. So if we go up from here, wouldn't be a surprise. So I want to see how we react off of these two for value gaps of that 5 minutes that we had stacked just above. So you could see this as the move up, a retracement to continue. We had a break of structure the first time right here on this high. So we had a huge break of structure right there. We had a small retracement to continuation. So off of this U shape, we actually closed above. So it's normal that we have a retracement then to continue up. If I had any 15 minutes for value gaps in here, I would have taken a long off of it, but I did not see that hourly. Now we did tap that 15 right here, so I want to see how we react right here. This is the most important place. Morning, Emily. So still more eager to go up than down, of course. Especially after interest rates cut, people will actually start reinvesting into or start borrowing and investing, of course. It's good for the company, it's good for the economy. Here we're at that last 5 minutes at the top of that one. So this is the most interesting part. So what am I waiting for the continuation play? So if we look at the bigger time frames, it looks like we're still moving up. So that's just a retest of that continuation play that we are having. So I want to see how we react. Now we have actually two for value gaps laying over each other. So that's an inverted for value gap actually. If this one closes above this high, and we create a for value gap out of this, I want to start longing from this for value gap then up to the highs. with a stop just below here. But that takes another 15 minutes, so we still have it's still 6 minutes in this candle right here, so let's be patient. That's why I'm not shorting. The good thing for the Europe is now actually overvalue gaps are closed, so if we go to the downside, we have a nice continuation. Like I said, Asia low right here somewhere, that would be the target, the main target. If we go up, all-time high, and of course 24,700 would be my next target for up. So 24/7, make it 92, 692, stacks of 7, somewhere here. So those round numbers are still in play. If you're trading all-time high and you don't know where to take it, you can use a fib tool to do this. But you can also look at round numbers, so 700, 650, and anything in between. Look, yesterday, how high did we come? 650. you can see this actually. Look, we came 3 points above. Oh, that was this morning actually. This is a very changing viewpoint as yesterday. Yesterday when I went to long, we had actually a huge rejection. That was actually the rejection that we had. If you watch this now on a 5-minute chart, and you see this rejection wicks, look here, we didn't reject that for value gap. We actually pushed and we stayed at that high, so that looks like it wants to continue take out higher. If you have a strong push down immediately off of that, that's a very different story. But at this point, we still got 3 minutes in this 15, and you can see that I actually have that continuation. If it comes all the way back down here, yeah, we're going lower. But at this point, it looks like it wants to push above and continue. Everybody having a great morning. If you ever were a gamer earlier or when you were younger, crypto gaming is gonna be booming again very soon. I shared this one yesterday in the group and it's up 16% from yesterday. Nice entry point that we had on Trio. The rest is almost at the same price where I actually shared it. Oh, it doesn't look like it wants to take that high, so here we go. That was the close of the 15, look at this. Fully back, so probably we head up higher. Warp traders, it's a 27 point stop. So now we're creating a 15 minutes, so if we have that 15-minute tap out long off of this, at least to the highest, but it depends if I get that tap, of course. So I need at least another half hour before I get that tap, so that will be at open. So this is the next 15 minutes for value gap. What platform do you use to buy crypto? It depends on which crypto. And if you want to do KYC, yes or no. If you don't want to do KYC, Maxi is the best place. If you do want to use KYC and it doesn't matter, Bybit, Binance, KuCoin, European platforms are all good for you. KYC means know your customer. So that means that you need to take a picture from himself, so they actually know you, but they can send you a bank card then too, so you get actually a visa from them too, so that you actually can spend your crypto without having to put it back into the normal markets or back into a banking system. So that this allows you actually to unbank yourself. So actually you use the exchange's platform to use your card. You can also use a MetaMask. You can buy them on here too. Most of them you can use decentralized already, so you actually don't need exchanges, but it's an easier way to start with it. Decentralized exchanges are not that easy to start with. I got a full course on how to start with crypto if you want it. It's in Flemish, so you can actually listen to it. I was gonna make it in English too, but actually, look, that would be a full fail if we shorted this one actually. That was the stop. So if that 15 minute, if we would have wanted to short from this 15-minute value there, that would be a full fill. Because that would be the stop, that would be the stopped out. Send me a DM, Veerle. I'll send you the link to that. I hope I put them already on YouTube. I'm not actually sure. I'll take a look. Yeah, I got a full content right here. Send me a DM on Discord for a second. I'll send you the link. So anybody that speaks Flemish, just let me know. Okay. Oh, it's on private. Maybe that's why you can't see it. I'll change the list. Maybe this is better. Click the, yeah, this is the same link actually, so should be able to get into it with our link. Yeah. That's just the house to get started, so nothing special is in it, just how to start it, where to find the exchanges that you can use and everything else on it. It explains a bit how to use the exchanges too and so on. Actually, very basic stuff. How to set up a good password for your stuff, what KYC is, what an authenticator is and everything to keep your funds safe, because if you trade crypto, if you are actually into crypto, do know that you always need to secure it as good as possible and never use your own email address. Always use an email address that's new. Just everybody knows you, so if you tell people that you're actually in crypto, that they don't use your email address, so they never can test anything out of. So yeah, just have an email especially just for that. I didn't sell it before on. I used to teach this when I had time. I think Emily had those lessons for me actually, but those were private lessons actually. You can always ask me a question if you don't understand something. But all the info is in it, so still being patient at the time right now. So 5 minutes, still at the same place. It looks like we will have a breach at 9 o'clock. It would definitely be very normal if we go back up here. So you can see that hourly, if this closes all the way up here, that means that we actually came down, we came in that 1 hour for value gap, we tapped that last one and we had a huge push back up. So that means that there are a lot of buyers right there. We pushed up a lot, 36 points we pushed up, so straight on that 1H. So we're 5 minutes from open. And it looks like I'll have my fair value gap inside, yeah. So if this one gets tapped on open, I'm entering this on a long position. Again, if this one gets tapped, I'm entering a long position on open. It doesn't matter for me if it's open, yes or no. I'm gonna do this. Something stops at the bottom, target Asia high. So that was, for me, that was a close, by the way, for the org traders. Not sure if it was for you. Yeah. So org traders, my wife is in a long. So stops is at the low, she put it. I'm just showing exactly what she's doing. And target is, yeah, all-time high, of course. That would be the expectancy. Next target, if we can run all the way up, so I would expect us to go to 24,700, something like that. That would be actually a very decent play. We only would have moved 70 points from here, so that's definitely possible. I'm gonna be patient and see if we get that tap of that 15 minutes just below. We got about 3 more minutes until that closes. If we do get that tap, I'm gonna long off of it, like I said before. I do know we're halfway into the hourly, so I'm keeping an eye on this too. So if we go up immediately and we hit, we don't come back down here, we hit that high, and then I see it return, I will not enter. So again, I'll rephrase that. So if we off open hit this high right here, get rejected off of it, and then come back down, I will not enter that long. I want to see it from open, immediately tapping, and then continuing. I will try to take it as low as possible, that entry. So now I don't want to see in the next minute us come back into that gap, otherwise I won't enter right it. I want to see us now here hold that level fully in the next minute and a half, or even push up a bit further. That would even be better. And at open, I want to see a candle actually looking something small with a wick under it. So that would be an ideal candle. So first of all, push a little bit up, then come back down, tap that, and then hugely moving further off of it. That would be the ideal candle actually to see. Here's open. We got a special dog. He likes to communicate. If you hit straight to all-time high, I'm happy for all the order traders, of course. And it hits straight your TP. So here's actually that at the previous lesson that we showed, that 62 level, how important that is of a retracement. So this was that retracement that we had at that 62 level. So this is actually how you can use this. But then otherwise we would short instead of long, of course, from here off. That 62 or that 78 level, that's actually in that for value gap, that's here. So what did we do? We moved down, so we draw our flip right here, and now we can see those levels standing here. Those levels are actually indications. If you want to, if you would short this, that would be your entries. Stops at the high, and then short back down to the lows. It was just a nice example to show you. keeping the higher time frame also in mind. So we had a rejection of it. So I probably won't get that tab after all, sadly enough, but it would have been a nice entry. Like I said before, if we go to that high, immediately get a rejection off of it and then come back down. So if we see this happening, I'm not gonna enter it. The market is definitely bullish at this point. If you watch this 4 hour, how the reaction came off of that wick, so I'll be right back. Need to go to the bathroom for a second. Antonie, dat best wel goed gedaan, is dat zo? In de tweede heeft de dames zijn account ook gedaan. We zien dat is ook wel mindset gericht, best wel goed. Ja, het is 20 euro plus gekomen en ja. Ja, een beetje teruggekeerd omdat het weer hetzelfde is. Nee. Okay, that was my dog again showing that he likes me. I like him too, but like I said, he's a bit heavy to sit on my laps. So almost 15 minutes in open. Not a big movement, slow movement. So a minute and a half we actually will see the full opening. It still looks very bullish at this point, so another quarter at this point and still being patient. An hour and a quarter and the stream at this point. Works are in long. I'm still being patient and see if I get that entry, yes or no.
was is a Jungle Book.
What that?
Of de Aristopaten of zo.
So if our play is actually now at London's time, go to the website right here. We actually got a second entry then also for that trade. If you play orb, that means that you could put your stop actually at the bottom of that previous orb and actually continue higher. Because then London and pre-orb actually showed both the same direction, and I've tested this and this is actually a very good sign that we continue higher. So from that trade that you're in, you're almost 0.6 up, so not that much. Probably looks like I won't get my entry. So if we keep going, Asia high is the first target that we will hit, and then we can see how we react off of this. Asia high, well, for me it looks like a very bullish chart, great candles, nice 15 candles actually. So anybody that's trading continuations, if you do this, you can actually reduce screen time by just coming back every 15 minutes, of course. We only enter on a 15-minute based. So the only time I do a 5-minute based is actually when we trade New York session. They are there to take a 5-minute entry instead of a 50. So here comes Asia high. That was Asia high immediately. So if you haven't taken any profits, let's see how we react of Asia high, because this is actually a very important level. I see MNQ did not take it yet. NQ immediately took Asia high. No, not the biggest profit yet, but I don't want to see us react too fast off of Asia high. So, like I said, that was one hour at least. At least put your entry put it at entry price so that we don't give anything back. It's not needed to the market. If you didn't take profit, that was 1 hour by the way. If you didn't and you put your stop at entry right here, would just be as good. So in 32 seconds, I want to see us actually close above Asia high and then see us continue, because it looks like it wants more. Sadly enough for us, no entry. Nonetheless, we did see the play.
Azul. Ali.
So that will be a breach to the upside too of orb. So here I do want to see how we react. The reason why is we took out a session high. It is all-time high, so I would expect even higher prices from here. But if we need that liquidity to take out this, that's perfectly possible too. So let's see how we react off of this. I don't want to see too strong of a pushback. That's a big candle, so we can hit that entry spot one more time, but I don't want to see it fall all the way back. So here we comes back to the orb range. We had a full fungled candle now over each other, so this is so in those 3 minutes right now I do want to see that push back. Because that's a strong rejection of the Asia high, so we got 8 minutes, it is 15, so we can perfectly come back up, but it doesn't look like it. That's a strong 5 minute back, so especially of that high. So these are the points that actually the market can reverse. Like I said, I don't want to see us hit that high and then hit that for value gap afterwards. So I said before we entered this that I wanted to enter this trade. Before I said if we go up higher and then go lower, I don't want to enter it. I want to see first that lower prices and then go to that high, because this was actually a target that I wanted to see. We hit that target, so if we go lower, we will take out this liquidity. Because that was the biggest liquidity pool that still was open at this point. I closed it all at the highest 1 hour. I don't... Yeah, of course. Why would you have done it correctly? If you closed at Asia high, that was perfectly fine. No, I'm not entering Emily, so I'm not entering one of the 15 minutes at this point just because of that rejection. Look at that rejection off of it. That's a huge candle back to the downside. Oh, I hope het altijd komt. Yeah, perfectly. So you can see, look at that. That's a huge candle back down, so we don't want to be in this. Anything that I want to do now is short off of this, so if I get a new rejection, so the reason why is, that was my target, so if we hit that 15 minutes value gap and then continue higher, I would have entered it. I said if we go to the highs first, I will not enter it, because then I'm not, I don't have a target at this point, so there is nothing here what I want to see get hit. Plus, that was a very strong reaction of Asia high. So if this 15 minute continues to fall, I'm gonna let it. I would rather now enter a short than a long position. Just because of this liquidity pool being taken. Strong rejection of this. This 5 minute keeps falling further. That was a 1 hourly close of the highs, strongly rejected off of it. That 4 hour can still come back down, so we took liquidity lower and higher now, so we took it twice. London always tends to be the high or the low of the day, so that could be the high. and maybe we're just gonna fill up this gap here. If it was the other way around, first tap that 15-minute value gap and then to the high, I would have longed it. But now I'm not gonna long this. Because we fully enfungled that first 5-minute candle, so I'm gonna show you the 5 minutes on a second. So what is an enfungled candle after time-based liquidity sweep? So look at it like this. So this is actually a support or resisting level too. So it's a very important level, this here. If we get a full enfungled candle, a 5-minute, nonetheless, straight off the high, that actually indicates that the market wants to continue pushing a bit lower. So I would rather enter a short right here than a long. Nonetheless, it's all-time high. I don't like shorting all-time high. I mentioned that multiple times already. So I'm still gonna wait to the 15-minute close, how it moves. So we still got another 5 minutes. So if this minute goes back up here, I'm gonna be patient and see if we get an entry somewhere up here. So now we have a tab of that 15 minutes. I'm not gonna enter this. You already know the reason why. Well, Emily, this is exactly why you entered yesterday. So you entered yesterday on that 4-hour value gap. We tapped it. Then you had a 15 minutes retracement into it, back to that same level. So that was a good trade. If we would take this, we would actually trade against the trend. So nonetheless, this looks still bullish. Everything looks great, but we had a huge reaction of that 1 hourly immediately back down. So there's a big possibility that we actually fall further down to that 1 hour gap at 24,559. This is why I'm not long. I'll give it 5 more minutes and then I have to go. It's 9:30 and 5 more, in about a half hour I got bootcamp on Discord, of course. Anybody that's not in my Discord, let me know if you want to join. You're always welcome. Love to have some good traders together that support each other. So no matter where you put it, for London orb would be immediately a fail. I was up to the highs and immediately back into that orb range. So anybody still in that orb, I would definitely put your stop at break even so that you actually can keep it there. Some very strong reaction off of it. So there were 3 reasons why I didn't take that 15 minute right here. So first of all, we took out a session high with a lot of liquidity above. The movement is still up, so we had a reaction off of it. But if you watch that hourly, if this one keeps showing like this, that's a big reaction of that liquidity right here. Plus that 5 minutes showed a nice indication that we actually feel like we're going lower. So we have a few confirmations here that's why we didn't enter.
Ja, het is steeds beter als het aan het 10 niet aan het kijken zijn en het zijn 7 die geliked hebben.
Thank you for the likes, guys. So Anisha did not take profit, she actually entered another long. Put on screen. So she actually had patience and she's actually entered second long on that gap, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So she's actually entered here, back to the same highs. And stop is still the same.
Yeah. Ik weet niet waar ik mijn stop moet zetten als ik boven wat komt.
Ja, boven de high.
Ah ja, voilà. Dus dat is nog even. Hè.
Dat is nog even, dat klopt. Not sure I will get my entry today, but yeah, again, that's if we came online just on time-based sessions. So this is why, if you have less time in a day, and you just want to see now and then that you can see the charts, just put your alarm after every 15 minutes and see if we get reaction for value gaps or anything into it. Also make sure that you always look at time-based sessions. If liquidity has been taken, can we still move up or down? Is it still a possibility that we can move that direction? If so, why yes, why not? Make sure that you ask these questions for yourself always, so that you actually know why you entered that trade and why you didn't. So you all heard my explanation why I did not enter that that 15-minute for value gap. Nonetheless, the market is bullish, that I know, but still I need to make sure for myself that I follow my rules too. So if time-based liquidity has swept and we had a strong reaction off of it, I need to be patient and see if we don't have a break of structure to the downside again before I actually can enter. If we would have stayed above all-time high, I would definitely have taken, if we had a creation then for 15 minutes, I would enter that one. But at this point we didn't, so we actually reacted off of it, so we're still hanging now inside that orb range of 9 o'clock. So off of opening, and now being patient. Trading is more being patient than doing anything, so it's the most easy job in the world. You don't have to do anything. You just need to enter it when the trades come. Like I said, if we would have went down first and then entered it, I would love to log immediately off of it. But the next 7 minutes will definitely show us what will happen. Yep, I know. So everybody knows it's Q&A today, so make sure you're present if you have some questions for me. That will probably be the end of the stream for today. If I see any trades, I'll share them in Discord, of course, where if I can enter anything. So if you're new to crypto also, you want to invest into crypto, and you actually want to invest also gold, you can also buy gold in crypto exchanges. So remember that, so you don't need physical gold to have it. The only one that I would advise to take that would be Pax Gold. It's actually just as physical gold, you get an NFT even from the company itself, and then it has real mining where gold actually get mined out of it. Not like crypto mining, actually real mines. I'll give it 2 more minutes and then I'll go offline, 20 minutes break, and I'll be back online at 10 o'clock at the Discord itself. So if anybody ever wants to join, let me know. I'll actually give you a link. So wish you a great session for the rest of the day, and I'll see you back in about 20 minutes.